begrüße euch hier im antiken Rom und zu einer weiteren Folge von Forgotten City. Wie ihr in der letzten Folge gesehen habt, sind wir hier geflohen und jetzt sind wir wieder hier, weil uns dieser Bogenheini da richtig fertig gemacht hat. So. Wie rüste ich jetzt? Und ich habe eine Seilrutsche irgendwas bekommen. Wie benutze ich das jetzt? Hier? Ah, okay. Verwenden. Und los geht's. Können wir uns schneller bewegen. Wow, ganz ruhig. Und das wollte ich lesen. Kann ich es jetzt lesen? Nichts stehlen. Schreibfehler, niemanden verletzen, nicht. Wer immer dies schrieb, hat offensichtlich keine Chance, es fertigzustellen. Nicht? Was nicht? Sag es mir! So, wir gehen nochmal zum Sentius. Ja, ich kann dich hören. Du hast mich doch bestimmt angegriffen.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
Ja, genau. Gehen jetzt nochmal hoch. Du, die habe ich auch gefressen. Hi, ich weiß, wir haben schon alles drüber geredet.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know.
Und wir hatten diese Unterhaltung bereits.
Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the golden rule, forcing me to create a portal in time to bring you here? I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is. Only, I assume we failed.
Ja.
You had to start over.
Das ist korrekt.
Is that about right? If so, what happened?
Ah, ich habe sie gebrochen. Nee. Jemand hat sie gebrochen.
I see. Look, it's unfortunate, but all that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered and do better next time.
Okay.
I assume you sought me out again for a reason.
Nicht unbedingt.
Thank you.
Ich wollte nur sehen, was du
Waiting here
sagst.
for news.
Okay. Probieren wir das nochmal mit dem... Ja, du... reden wir nochmal mit dir?
Whatever are you wearing?
Hey, bleib mal locker.
I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians.
Was hältst du
You know,
davon?
some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do. But what kind of an awful, incompetent God would let my sister go missing on his or her watch?
Nur für den Fall.
Oh, I'd say it to their faces if they had the courage to show themselves. Did you hear that? Curse you, you coward!
No,
Where
nicht gut.
is my sister? What do you have to say for yourself? No response. Nothing. That's what I thought.
Nun wissen wir... Ja, lass mal... Wie?
I'm telling you, this mysterious god of ours has to be asleep on the job. Either that, or like people are saying, it really is just a children's fable my father is
Naja,
exploiting
würde ich
to
jetzt nicht so
frighten
sagen.
us into behaving.
Sie ist real.
Oh, and I suppose I'll just have to take the word of a know-nothing barbarian who just
Ist ja
arrived, will I?
gut. Oh, Cynthia.
I
Ciao.
trust you can see yourself out.
Ah, ja, ist gut. Meine Güte. Geht die mir auf die Nerven.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Okay.
What is it, citizen?
Komme später auf dich
Alright.
zurück. Meistens sind es immer die, die am nächsten zum Chef stehen. Aber wir gehen jetzt dahin. Lucrezia hatten wir schon. Eindringling. Ich glaube... Ich habe eine Idee. Hi.
How'd you do?
Du gehst jetzt da nicht rein. Ich schicke den Bogenschützen da rein.
Help! You have to do. A man arrived.
Ich weiß.
You have to do.
Okay. Ich will sehen, was ich tun kann. Ich mach sofort.
Thank you. He's still. I have to hide.
Nein, du gehst da jetzt nicht rein.
What? Why?
Vertrau mir einfach.
All right, fine. Come and find me in my
Doch,
bakery
danke,
instead.
sehr gut.
Please be careful.
So. Oh. Ich habe hier live gesaved.
Stop right there.
Ich
I'm
weiß.
looking for Thai people.
Ah. Ja, komm.
Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now. But you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
Ja. Komm, geh da rein. Los. Hehehehe. Denkst du, kannst die goldene Regel brechen? Meuchelmörder. Da rein, da rein. Tafel. Die vielen werden für die Sünden des einen leiden. Okay. Und los.
Filthy, lying degenerate.
Ist doch überlebt. Der mit dem Bogen. Ich nehme ihn an. Kopfgeld. Kaiser Nero hat die Hinrichtung eines Kultisten namens Quintius angeordnet, der verschiedenfarbige Augen hat. Nehme ich an. Pfeile. Geld. 1000 kostet mich. Tja, wo soll ich diesen Quintius finden? Du.
You there. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I couldn't help but notice that fine bow you're carrying. No idea how you managed to get your hands on it, especially in the light of our dear old magistrate's ban, but I'm impressed. And before you ask, no, I wouldn't dream of trying to buy it from you. I have no use for a wooden bow myself. But I would like to propose a joint business venture of sorts.
Fahr fort.
Tell me, do you have any idea how people here end up as golden statues?
Nein.
Well, between you and me, I found an old scroll from years ago, hastily written, in which the author claimed something extraordinary and terrifying. He wrote that when the golden rule is broken, statues spring to life all over the city, wielding golden bows and begin firing golden arrows at the inhabitants. Supposedly, 1 or 2 of those arrows is enough to turn a full-grown man into gold. Now, of course, that is a travesty, a terrible, horrible waste of human life, which has to be stopped. And yet, on the other hand, I can't help but think of a tale told by that Greek fella Aesop, the goose that laid the golden egg. With the ability to transmute organic matter into gold, one could create infinite wealth. Use your imagination, golden animals, insects, trees and plants. The Midas touch without the drawbacks. We are talking riches beyond imagining. And even if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, half of infinite wealth is still infinite. Interested?
Okay, komm, ich bin interessiert.
Excellent. So the first question is, how do we get our hands on one of those golden bows? Now, I have a plan, but first, tell me, are you familiar with the story of the goddess Diana?
Nicht wirklich.
No problem. Allow me to explain. Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the underworld, depending on who you ask. The one thing priests and poets agree on is that she carried with her a golden bow and a quiver of golden arrows. And it just so happens that there is a shrine of Diana in this very forum, with a prominent statue of the goddess herself. And would you like to guess what she's holding in her hand?
Den Bogen.
Precisely. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent in that temple staring at it, trying to figure out how to retrieve it without breaking you know what.
Aber ich soll's klauen, hä? Ach, der Typ. Verschwendung von Menschenleben. Ja, sagt der Sklaventreiber, genau.
Oh, gods no. If you tried that, we'd all be dead within moments, I'm sure. No, here's what I propose. You give your bow to me, I cover it in a thin layer of gold leaf, and we create a replica of a golden bow. Then you enter the shrine, extinguish the braziers, and under cover of darkness, swap out the fake for the original. It's not theft exactly, it's more of a trade. But make no mistake, this is a dangerous path, and there's no way of knowing where it will lead. But in my experience, all the best adventures begin with a risky first step. Now, you must have questions. Ask away.
Einfach nehmen.
Because the gods would see you, of course. Hence my proposal.
Ja, aber tauschen würden sie nicht sehen, ne?
I'm more of an ideas man, whereas you're obviously the more resourceful and heroic type. I have complete confidence in you.
Ist doch
When
gefährlich.
Prometheus stole fire from the gods and became a hero to all mankind, do you think he was worried about the danger?
Ja, gutes Argument. Okay, das war alles.
So, are you in, partner?
Wenn du keine Action- oder Horror-Elemente sehen möchtest, ist das eher nichts für dich. Action-Horror. Wenn du Action oder Horror sehen möchtest, ist das eher nichts für dich. Ja, doch, komm, Horror und Action, los geht's.
Wonderful. Now, if you'll hand over your bow, I can get started applying a layer of gold leaf. This is a quality weapon. Now, bear with me for a moment.
Mhm.
And here we are, a gold leaf bow.
Gefälscht. Ja, damit.
Now I've gone and unlocked the shrine of Diana for you, so as quick as you can, head on inside. It's just at the end of the street on the left. May the gods not watch over you.
Gut, machen wir das. Ich brauche eure Hilfe. Ja, hier braucht jeder unsere Hilfe, aber ich will jetzt noch das Harz haben für die Lucrezia.
Ah, back again.
Ja,
Certainly.
wo soll ich die herbekommen?
That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it within, say...
Ja, genau.
Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it.
Habt ihr das gehört?
Hear what?
Dieses Flüstern?
You sure you're feeling all right? If you're hearing things, perhaps you should pay a visit to Lucretia's clinic. We don't want another Navier on our hands.
Mhm. Was ist mit ihr passiert?
She claimed the statue was whispering to her. Nobody else could hear it. Then she shut herself in the palace and we never heard from her again. But I digress. Do you want this silphium or not?
Wie wär's, wenn ich es stattdessen einfach nehme?
Well, if you did that, you'd break the golden rule, and we'd share the same fate as the last lot who lived here.
Ist ja gut.
Is that what you want?
Der Typ, den habe ich auch gefressen. Nehmt es und lauft weg. Ist das, was ihr wollt? Wenn nicht, dann her damit sofort. Blöffen. Blöffen.
Do you think I don't know a bluff when I see one? Nice try. Very well. Perhaps I can interest you in something
Ja,
within your
Geh
budget?
weg. Geh weg.
Very well. Another.
Lass mich in Ruhe. Ich nehme es mir dann einfach. Die flüstern mir zu, ich soll es nehmen, aber vielleicht machen die einen Fehler. Ich bin da. Ein Römer auf den Knien, der anscheinend verzweifelte Gebete spricht. Sie fielen offensichtlich auf taube Ohren. Okay. Die Jagd des Mondes und der Unterwelt. Versucht zu stehlen. Nicht gut.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Das passt. Oh Gott! Das war's. Verschlossen. Oh. Okay, letzten Speicherstand laden. Ich bin gestorben. Das war, vielleicht muss ich ihn in die Hand nehmen. Also, man kann hier sterben. So. Ja, jeder braucht hier meine Hilfe. Muss der gefälscht stehen. So schaue ich es mir, glaube ich, einfach nur an. Okay. Habe ich den jetzt ausgerüstet? Nee. Ich glaube, im Dunkeln war das. Die Tür schwebt. Okay. Löschen. Löschen. Es ist dunkel. Jetzt. Ausgetauscht. Ausgetauscht.
Is that you, partner? Do you have the bow?
Ja, habe ich.
Wonderful. Just go ahead and slide it under the door for me and I'll unlock it
So
for
ein
you.
Eingesperrt?
A little bit slow, aren't you? Yes, I locked you in, and until you give me my bow, you're gonna stay in
hab's
there,
doch gewusst.
like Tantalus in Tartarus.
Wie kann es nicht gegen die goldene Regel verstoßen? Ich sagte, sie würde den Reichtum zwischen uns beiden aufteilen.
No, technically, I never said that. I said, if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, infinite wealth is still infinite.
System geht
It's hardly
dribbelt.
my fault if you can't tell the difference between a hypothetical and a promise, now is it? Oh, I do love a good loophole.
Ja, wie kann ich dir noch
You're
vertrauen?
just gonna have to take your chances, I'm afraid. The bow, now. And don't even think about giving me the fake one.
Ja,
I'll
ist ja
recognise
gut,
my
nimm ihn.
handiwork.
Aha, ein anderer Weg. Komm, ja.
I would reconsider my position quickly if I were you. I'm not sure if you noticed, but you're stuck in there with a hornet's nest, and they can be rather aggressive toward intruders. You know, some say it takes 27 hornet stings to kill a man, but I always wondered how anyone could have known that. Let's find out if they were right, shall we?
Okay. Aufziehen. Aha. Aha. Alles gut? Ich hau ab. Ich hau ab. Alte Truhe. Pfeile. Mhm. Denkst du, kannst mich hintergehen, ne? Oh, schau. Ich hab den echten Pfeil. Ja, ich hab den echten Bogen. Stock mit Schwamm. Ein kleiner Okay. Schwamm. Die Römer haben ihn wohl anstatt von Klopapier benutzt. Na gut. Tja. Weil Geld. Anscheinend muss ich es echt dann kaufen. Nicht gut. Da rein. Was ist mit den Augen? Muss ich sie zu Gold machen? Habe verstanden. Ducken. Ja, ist schon ein bisschen alles hier wie. Den hat's erwischt. Nee, dieser Typ. Naevius Tagebuch. Das ist doch die auch die Geflüster gehört hat.
My beloved Galatea, I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me. A rasp of air, as if vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse, I heard it again and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman woman wearing a stola. Her face was contorted with anguish and fear, and disturbingly, it was as if she was looking right at me. As I walked past her, I heard that strained whisper again, And turning back, I discovered that even though I had moved, she was still looking right into my soul. That was when it dawned on me. This was no statue. This was a woman trapped within that golden prison. Naturally, I told the others, but when I could not reproduce the results of my experiment, they would not believe me. But from that moment on, I knew the full horror of this place. Immobilized within these statues are living human beings. It was that day, my love, that my heart broke.
Okay. Keiner hat sie anscheinend geglaubt. Okay. Also da wo Seile sind, kann ich mich festhalten. Bist du es? Springen. 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 Pfeile. Okay. Alles Gold hier. Alles Verschwendung. Alles gut? Ich weiß es nicht. Anscheinend. So. Wo bin ich hier? Den packen wir lieber mal weg. Okay, es lädt was. Es lädt was. Das Level wird geladen. Und das diese Horrorelemente. Hallo? Hallo? Alte Truhe. Pfeile. Die Frage ist, kann ich die behalten? Okay. Vielen Dank. Okay, das war nicht so gewollt. Schauen Sie mich gerade an. Schaut der mich gerade an? Ich behalte meinen Bogen mal in der Hand. Nichts. Hallo? Jemand hier? So, zack. Treten. Wo? Ist doch auch noch einer, oder? Komm rein. Zack. Geschälte Statue. Ah, ich glaube, die waren gefühlt so untot. Bedanken sich, dass ich es endlich beendet habe. Das ist traurig. Wie viele Pfeile da noch? Okay. Ich will ja nichts sagen, aber... Wo zur Hölle bin ich hier?
You're not supposed to be here.
Okay, wenn du das so sagst. Sie hat das so gesagt. Ist es die? Ja, ist die Schwester? Was sind hier für Abschnitte? Ja, ich hab's verstanden. Hallo? Oh Gott. Ich drehe euch jetzt mal nicht. Geht's ja richtig rund hier. Zack. Entschuldigung, Entschuldigung. Wie viele Pfeile denn noch? Decius, hast mich verraten, du Kleiner. Na, komm vorbei. Weg da. Mhm. Ah, ich kann da hoch. Will ich da hoch? Entschuldigung. Pfeil, Geld. Bin ich hier? Ich hoffe, ich muss das jetzt aber dann nicht nochmal machen, wenn ich weiß, dass er halt ein Verräter ist. Entschuldigung. Bitteschön. Ist doch größer als gedacht. Ja. Nun, die Frage ist, da sind noch ein paar. Ah, Mist, ich jetzt vielleicht noch nicht. Okay. Wie die jetzt auch klingt. Das war ein Fehler. Entschuldigung. Schuss gleich? Ah, okay. Ich denke, es war die Schwester, dieser Fremdling. Muss ich aufpassen, dass ich nicht zu viele Pfeile verballer. Der hat mich doch gerade angeschaut, oder? Da, schaut mich doch an. Psychopathen. Ist schon drüber schaffen, komm. Heile. Schlüssel zu den Palasttüren. Ah. Den habe ich doch gesucht.
My beloved Galatea, after I learned the terrible truth about the golden statues, I wandered the city as if in a nightmare. What must life be like for these poor souls, entombed in gold, but kept alive somehow? Trapped in their own personal Tartarus, consigned to eternal torment, too horrific for any sane mind to comprehend. I tried to offer them what small mercies I could. I began to talk to them, to keep them company. I'd imagine backstories for them, give them names, and tell them of the world, of the histories and stories I'd learned as a child. As the others became more concerned with my charity refuge from them, preferring the company of my tormented charges. Discovering a way into the abandoned palace, I began to spend my days walking its halls and sharing with its occupants ancient tales, my mind turning to those of Apollo and Daphne, Perseus and Medusa, and Pygmalion and Galatea. Pygmalion, the sculptor who fell in love with a beautiful statue, and who, praying to Aphrodite for aid, discovered that his beloved Galatea had come to life. It was then that I heard you whisper to me, Galatea. Forgive me. I know that is not your real name, just one I have borrowed from a story. But when I turned to look at you, I saw the most exquisitely beautiful woman I have ever known. Your face, forever frozen in a look of purity and sadness. Our meeting gave me a new purpose, to free you from your golden prison, so that I might one day hear you speak, not just whisper your true name to me. So I gathered tools for the long and difficult task ahead, barred the doors to this place, and set to work.
Ja, hat sich hier eingesperrt. Da lang? Okay, da lang. Okay, darüber. Schön festhalten. Geld, Geld, Geld. Au. Jetzt sollte ich da nicht rein. Oh, die sie mich angreifen.
Help us. Help us.
Da unten seid ihr. Nee, nee. Ich helfe euch nicht.
Help us.
Oh Gott. Spannt euch mal. So, okay. Jetzt kommt der 100, oder? Kommt. Das war nicht so geplant. Ah, versteckt sie da hinten, ne? Also, Kopfschuss anscheinend. Immer gleich zu Gold. Hier ist doch einer Fake von euch. Wo zur Hölle bin ich? Komm, das lesen wir jetzt.
Beloved Galatea, my attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons have not been going to plan. My first charge was a Greek woman who I called Iodame after the Athenian turned to stone by Medusa. Drilling through the gold that encased her, I was vindicated by the discovery that beneath half an inch of gold, which is so rigid it must be some kind of alloy, was living flesh. Unfortunately, this golden alloy seems to have fused with her skin, so removing it exposed the sinew and muscle beneath and appeared to cause her great pain. At first, I braced myself, expecting that inflicting such pain would break the golden rule, and yet, somehow, it did not. It seems whichever god is responsible for imprisoning these poor souls does not care about their suffering at all. They are forsaken. Undeterred, I pressed on, working late into the night, attempting to remove the golden layer that encased her as delicately as I could. Eventually, I was able to free most of her body, but when I released her from her restraints, her first act was to lunge for my throat, clawing at me with all her strength and those sharp metal talons. This was my thanks for trying to save her. Whatever possessed Diodami to attack, she was clearly not a suitable subject for my experiment, and I was forced to lock her inside an isolated wing of the palace and bar the door. As I continued working on others, I could hear her flailing and launching herself at the other side endlessly. Regrettably, my other experiments bore similar results, and after relocating a few times, most of the palace is now too dangerous to work in. Still, as much as my heart aches to know that you're suffering, I cannot risk attempting to ungild you yet. Not until I have perfected a method that will bring you back to me, whole in both mind and body, and ensuring your humanity is preserved. I promise you this. One day we will be together, even if I have to free every last statue in this God's forsaken place.
Ah, okay. Anscheinend hat sie hier mehrere Versuchsobjekte gehabt, die ein bisschen gescheitert sind, die mich da jetzt ständig angreifen. Vielleicht ist es ja die. Ist ja gut. So, ah, okay, darum. Uiuiui, Scheiße. Aber meine Aufmerksamkeit kurz woanders und schon. Warum sagen sie die ganze Zeit, bitte tötet mich? Ist ja bestimmt auch schmerzhaft. Wo seid ihr? Alles daneben. Dafür haben die gesessen. Ah, ich hätte das hier schießen können. Hier keucht noch jemand da. Tut mir schon leid, die Leute hier. Komm her. Blut, Gold. Noch einer. Hallo? Oh, da, angeblätterte. Ja, sie hat es hier versucht. Oh, wie das hier aussieht. Oh, danke fürs Geld. Hallo? Oh, oh. Ah, sie leben noch ein bisschen. Oder was man davon auch. Hallo? Shit. Wen sprechen? Oder seid ihr, die mir zuflüstert? Wer seid ihr? Wer ist hinter mir? Wer bist du? Bist du diese Naevia?
And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments. And worst of all, look at what you made me do to her. This never would have happened if you just stayed away. You're going to pay for that.
Das hat nichts mit mir zu tun, oder? Wenn wir angreifen, werden wir beide in Gold gehüllt. Boah. Nicht mit mir.
Liar. I locked and barred the gate. I left a message warning you all to leave me alone. I just wanted to do my experiments in peace for her. And now look at her. You made me turn the most beautiful woman I've ever seen into this. Look at her. She's in agony. All I wanted was to spend my last moments with her, to see her beautiful face, to hear her speak freely, instead of in those cryptic whispers. But as soon as I began my work, she stopped whispering to me. And now I discover she started whispering to you instead. What's so special about you?
Boah, ist die durch? Ich habe kein Flüstern gehört. Die mir zuflüstern. Boah. Ist nicht Lügen, Wahrheit. Die Leute, egal was ich sag. Ich habe keins gehört.
Liar. I heard her. You're trying to steal her away from me. Were you planning to wait until I'd done all the hard work, then swoop in? Is that it?
Nein, ich schwöre. Liar. Ja.
You tried to steal her away from me, and now look what you made me do. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't peel you too.
Ja, ich will hier weg.
What? What are you talking about?
Ich saß in Tunneln unter der Stadt fest. Aha.
Wait. So you're saying you
Oh,
weren't
danke.
coming for us?
Nein. Aber jetzt vielleicht schon. Nein, ich habe keine Absicht.
So I did all this. I ruined her.
Ja.
For nothing. What have I done? Oh God, I feel sick. I can't bear the thought of her being like this. And in so much pain. It's the air. Coming into contact with her flesh. It's agonizing for them. But the only way to fix it will be to break the golden rule and let it run its course. At least that way she'd be golden again, and we'd be together. All it would take is one little cut.
Kann das nicht ungeschehen machen?
It's too late. There's nothing you can do. I have to do this. I'm sorry.
Ich kann die Zeit zurückdrehen und so meine Eindringe hier rückgängig machen. Ich kann sie wieder in Gold bedecken. Gold?
What? How?
Hier, die Waffe.
Really? I'm not sure I believe you. But if you can undo this mess, I'll give you the key to my old medical chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I imagine it would help Lucretia ease the suffering of those still in the city.
Okay.
But if you're lying to me, I'll break the golden rule
Ja.
and kill you and everyone else in this city. Understood?
Hab's verstanden. Aber es ist jetzt Galatea. Soll ich mit ihr nochmal reden? Nein, wir lassen es geschehen.
You did it. You took away her pain. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you. I swear I will never harm her again. I swear it.
Genau.
I'll stay here to keep her company. But these poor souls, what can be done for them? I've tried everything I can. I fear the only one capable of releasing them properly is whichever god doomed them in the first place. In any case, I must honor our bargain. Here's the key I promised you. It opens a chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I believe there are a few things in there which may be useful to Lucretia.
Ja, wenigstens etwas. Dankeschön.
Now, please leave. The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. You should be able to make your way down from there.
Wiedersehen.
Go.
Ja, wahrscheinlich.
And never
Wenn ich es jetzt
return.
verkack, bin ich hier wieder. Oh, arme Seelen hier. Und Area wird geladen. Aber ist schon sehr interessant. Wenige Charaktere, aber dafür hat jeder eine echt schöne Geschichte. So. Die Frage ist, gehen wir da lang? Nein, wir verwenden es. Was? So. Ja. Hinweise, die Vergoldung. Laufen habe ich schon. Die muss ich wahrscheinlich immer wieder annehmen. Silphium. Die Frage ist, gehen wir erstmal zu ihr. Aber wo ist dieser Apollon-Schrein? Ist es der? Ich weiß, deine Freundin.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called silphium, but that Culus cumulatus Decius won't give it to me. It's too late. She just slipped away.
Soll ich später wiederkommen?
No. Now it's fine. I can't afford to wallow here. And I need the distraction. What's on your mind?
Okay. Können wir über Julia sprechen? Das ist die, ne?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Vergiftet oder selbstverschuldet?
Do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule. And so maybe it's best we don't discuss it.
Was für ein Gift?
Hemlock, I believe.
Schierling. Okay, merken wir uns. Schierling. Gibt es einen Grund, warum sie vielleicht sterben wollte?
I haven't seen her in months. She's not allowed to leave Malleolas' villa. And they are quite secretive.
Okay.
Gladly.
Was?
She was poisoned.
Ja, ich weiß.
And I knew Decius had some at his market stall. Right around. That'll be 1,000. Then that toad shrugged. Anywhere else, I just... So all I could do, and now I'll never know who... Well, unless you have the power to get me that silphium resin, I'm going to have another patient. I don't care how you get... I swear to the god...
Ich kümmere mich drum. Ja, ich weiß, aber wo ist der Apollon-Schrein? Das ist der Diana. Schlüssel werde ich aber behalten, oder? Schlüssel für die Truhen im Apollon-Schrein. Wo ist er? Aber wir reden jetzt erstmal mit dem hier. Mit dem Verräter hier. Wo ist er? Aha. Eine Einkaufsliste. Eine Liste der Dinge, die Decius kaufen will, sobald er entkommen ist. Villa, Sklavinnen. Ach, der Kerl. Minerva, Göttin der Strategie. Verschlossen. So. Nun die Frage. Stehlen? Nein. So, bist du Apollon? Nein. Aha. Wo sind wir hier? Ich will jetzt auch bloß die Truhe finden. Eine griechische Leier. Okay, dann geht's tief runter. Hier ist nichts. Ich glaube, ich sollte nicht hier sein. Da ist jemand. Hallo. Unterhalb der Stadt.
Ah, a visitor.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
Ich bin Neo.
It's a sincere pleasure to meet you. Tell me, what brings you all the way down here?
Zufall.
Then perhaps the fates brought you here to learn the secrets of this place. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I have been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical argument with somebody astute. I'm hoping that person is you. Let us find out with this simple question. Have you deduced the name of the god responsible for the golden rule?
Nein.
You have much to learn. It's best if you figure it out on your...
Mir wäre es lieber, wenn ihr es mir verratet.
You should speak with your contemporaries in the city above. Ask them about their stories and see if you detect a pattern of some sort. It is best if you come to this realization for yourself. You would never believe me if I told you.
Oh, muss das jetzt sein? Dann komme ich wieder. Ja, die vielen, ja, ich weiß. Ich dachte, er gibt mir hier eine Antwort. Ich komme bald wieder. Ich muss das Heilmittel finden. Es lädt. Ich will nicht, dass es lädt. Ja, macht zu. Oh, wird's langsam dunkel? Nein. Gibt's ja so eine... Sieht durch ihre Augen. Bist du Apollon? War ich da nicht schon Apollon? Das Badehaus. Leuchtet da. Hier sind ein paar Statuen. Nichts. Ach komm, wir klauen es jetzt einfach. Was soll denn schon schief gehen? Außer Diebstahl. Oder? Hä? Wer bist du? Nein, ich habe jetzt gerade keine Zeit. Ich muss erstmal erstmal eine Sache erledigen. Nichts. Okay. Genug rumgerannt. Wir klauen uns jetzt einfach. Wenn ich hier bloß eine Karte hätte. Inventar. Quest. Hinweise, ja. Ja. So, wir machen es wie damals. Wir nehmen es jetzt einfach. Und klauen. Okay.
The many shall suffer the sins of the one.
Tschüss. Da läuft er. Oh Gott, die sind überall. Lauf, Sentios! Lauf! Ah! Schneller! Jetzt werden wir sehen, wie er sich opfert, oder? Oh! Wir gehen jetzt da rein. Die Frage ist, hätte ich vielleicht den Bogen noch gebraucht? Ich hoffe, ich habe ihn noch. Ich habe den echten Bogen. Ich müsste mich mal heilen. Okay, er heilt sich automatisch. Ah. Ich habe noch alles. So. Ich weiß. Wir hatten das Gespräch schon.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
Ja.
Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening.
Ihr müsst Fabio davon abhalten, den leeren Schrein zu betreten und dem Neuankömmling sagen, dass er dort finden wird, wonach er sucht.
Alright, let me see. Stop Fabio going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood.
Okay.
I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
Alles zu seiner Zeit. Das ist ja genial. Mein Laufburschen. Ah, wenigstens etwas Abkürzung. Muss ich nicht ständig irgendwas machen. Ja, ist ja gut. So, Lucrezia, hier. Bin da.
What are you doing in here? Can't you? She needs the resin of a plant.
Ich weiß. Ja, ich habe es hier.
What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you.
Oh, eine Seele gerettet.
Hopefully in a moment she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing and at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
Ich weiß es doch nicht. Ich hörte, dass sie krank geworden ist und ging los, um Medizin zu holen. Ehrlich, wenn ich glaube, wenn ich es euch sagen, wieder kommen.
Ah, look. If you don't want to tell me, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. But no matter. That was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments. And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black eyes. In the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is you need.
Was ist deine Geschichte?
I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been coming in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time.
Ich glaube, den Beutelmörder hat's gerade erwischt.
On myself than let one of you lot mess it up.
Wie seid ihr hier
My
gelandet?
husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So I waited for the right time to take what was mine and disappear. And then the fires came. As he prepared to evacuate our villa, I gathered our most precious belongings, coins and gemstones, and the moment his back was turned, I ran. I could barely see for the smoke. And the streets were full of people trampling each other. I ran for the river, like everyone else, and leapt in. The next thing I remember, I was waking up on a riverbank, not far from here.
Tut mir leid zu hören.
It's alright. Say what you will about this place. At least my fornicating husband will never find me. And while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it. Oh, this shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind of makes sense.
Okay, erzähl mir was über die.
She used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good too, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying, but I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in constant pain.
Wer?
I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace.
Ich habe den Schlüssel, ja.
Really? That would be wonderful. Thank you. Let me know how you go.
Und die Frage. Ah, hier. Notizen. Weidenrinde hilft gegen Römer. Natürlich.
Salve.
Salve. Warte. Was machen wir jetzt noch?
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's.
Ja, das ist er ja auch.
Feeling all right?
Ah, hier.
Oh, I see. Well, what's the treatment?
Weidenrinde.
Willow back. I should have known. It was under my nose the whole time. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Rufius.
If this works, it should settle Rufius down some. I have some right here. Could you do me a favor and give him some of this? He'll just need to swallow a pinch of it. I'm hoping it will avert disaster.
Mhm. Ja, damit. Wo finde ich ihn?
Thank you. I'm really glad you arrived when you did.
Okay.
That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Julia.
Sei mit euch. Gut. Dann reden wir mit der Julia. Aber ich würde sagen, im nächsten Part. Diesmal war es ziemlich actionreich. Ein paar Horror-Elemente. Naja, so viel nicht. Einmal hat es mich kurz erwischt. Aber so ist jetzt der Decius wieder da. Mit dem will ich auch noch ein Wörtchen reden. Da steht er. Also erst mit der Julia und dann mit dem. Und ich hoffe, den geben wir mal so richtig. Ihr wisst, was ich meine. Na gut, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Und ich hoffe, wir sehen uns beim nächsten Part. Bis dahin, macht's es gut. Ciao, ciao.
SillyConBread